2 Corinthians 6 and verse 14. Do not be yoked or joined together with unbelievers. And we're just going to hold it on there. And I guess all of you know what that means. It means basically having a relationship with a non-Christian. And do you know that it's such a temptation? If you've been single for a long, long time and you meet somebody who's, you know, a really nice personality, gentle, kind, affectionate, all these things, and yet just doesn't believe in the Lord, it's just not going to work. And it won't have the blessing of the Lord upon you. There will always be that part where that person is not in harmony with you. And it goes on to say in this verse I read, what harmony is there between Christ and Belial? And there is no harmony perfectly between you and that person if they're not a Christian. They don't share the same values. They don't hold to the same truths. They haven't got the same commitment. They're not praying for you. They're not sharing the Bible with you, encouraging you. And it is very, very hard. Don't get me wrong. As a single person, I was involved in scuba diving and involved in helping to train students. And, you know, sometimes you'd come across somebody who's attractive and young, and you knew in your heart that it can only go so far. And I always had that in my heart when I did training students and they were single. I knew that it could only go so far, and much as just a scuba diving friendship level, because they just weren't compatible in the spiritual sense. And I wasn't going to give up and go for somebody who wasn't a Christian, even though, you know, I've been waiting for 20 plus years by then. And it'd be such an easily temptation to compromise because of my loneliness, because of my longing to hold somebody in my arms, to be close to be affectionate with. But I always concluded that the best is worth waiting for. And that's what I did. I refused to give up, refused to be sidetracked by non-Christian relationships. I've seen it. I've seen exactly what it does to people. And much as a couple may be a nice couple, but the commitment from one person is not there, and that drags the other person down, and you don't see them at church very much because they're trying to please the other half who isn't a Christian. And it usually ends up being the non-Christian pulls the Christian down as regards commitment. So you might be at a point where you've waited so long and you've met somebody really nice, maybe at work, maybe some social activity, but not a Christian. And that really hurts, because you think, oh, if only that person was a Christian, it'd be so good. But don't worry. Stand fast in your resolve to wait for the right person. The Lord will certainly honour you for it. And when the time comes, you'll have the best person you can ever imagine.